Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through. That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside. But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan. I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along. She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes, but one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan. I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Okay, so learning a whole bunch of new stuff right there. So apparently Polaris is this force that she's been talking to. All this time I thought it was us. New Bureau alert. What is this about? 20 minutes maintenance. Go to the NSC energy converters. Okay, I mean, real fast if you don't mind waiting. I would like to be able to launch explosives. That seems like it'd be really nice. Launch enemies when their health is low. Launch large objects. I kind of just want to keep upgrading launch. It seems very nice. And extra energy, because why not? The extra health didn't seem to do that much. I mean, famous last words, but let us go to the energy converters. We will help out Ahti, which I'm surprised he's like, I need to help him, considering I already did kind of help him, but this way is where we need to go. Eliminate key hiss targets. These guys from getting us. We typically want to keep the explosive guys away from my experience. Oh gosh. Alright. Light up Deputy Agent ID NJ041. Wow, oh my gosh. Where did that guy come from? There was not a explosive boy there, and then suddenly there was. They must have just spawned on this side of the gate, I guess, because I had accidentally closed it. But wow, that was unexpected to say the least. Alright, let's try that again. Wait, did it... Oh, it canceled out when I failed. Okay. Well, that's a little lame. That's actually really lame. Why did randomly just one of the explosive guys spawn in on me? Like, they came out of right there, they must have been, because they were just out of my line of sight. I had my screen like this, and they came from over there. In this gate, I had accidentally pulled that out, so the gate was closed. So they definitely didn't come from out there. Oh well, in that case, let us return to... What would be the easiest way to, I guess, get to the sector elevator? I guess just go back to Central Executive. Alright, well it looks like we are after Marshall, so we will go and look for her. It said that she's in research. Specifically in parapsychology. So maybe how, like, people can be affected mentally by objects of power / altered items, would be my guess, at the very least. Alright, research section means that there will probably be a lot of documents here, I would assume. Explaining like a lot of altered items and stuff.
Sector of the Federal Bureau of Control. I'm Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you, Mr. Tomasi. So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual, otherwise bad things will happen.
Wonder if they have some,
home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
Wonder if they have some new toys for me to play with in here. So far I've gotten the floppy disk and the, whatchamacallit, the carousel horse. Hey, so I was just wondering about the plants and research. Is it really necessary to sing to them? I mean, that janitor does have a nice voice, and the plants sure seem to like it. Maybe you could just switch it up a bit? I'm getting pretty tired of the tango. And where did these plants even come from? No one seems to remember when they were planted, and people like them a bit too much, if you ask me. Are we being invaded by houseplants? Worth looking into, Dr. Lewis. Alright, so keep an eye on the plants, people. They can't be trusted. I got my eyes on you. Oh, hi there. Wow, look at my bad accuracy in action here. That was truly horrendous. Oh my gosh, why can I not hit these people? There we go, goodness. I made that seem a lot harder than it probably should have been. I assure you, I'm just bad at video games, that's all it is. What do we have here? Synchronicity and the unseen connections. Synchronicity is a phenomenon long recognized by the wise, but only recently given a name by science. It is how we rationalize events connected by no identifiable causality, yet clearly conjoined in purpose. How does a dream foretell an event in the physical plane? Why do hounds bail at the death of their master, which has occurred miles away? The world is unified in ways we do not yet understand, and sometimes we stumble across these invisible, unseen chords and wonder at the result. The visionary Carl Jung laid the road, now we must walk it. My fledgling research department will make it our mission to reliably reproduce blank behavior by the close of 1959. Once done, the mechanics of synchronicity will lay themselves bare in due time. We are striding into the future of science. History may not remember our names, but God himself will. So, this must have been at the start of the oldest house in the Federal Bureau of Control. This Theodore Ashe would have been the original head of research. Is this Ash? Don't worry, I'm not actually hurting them. It said when they disappear like that, they just enter a pocket dimension. So shooting them does not actually harm them, as far as I can tell, at the very least. Okay, Dr. Darling's office and dimensional research are up. Parapsychology is down. Well, we never go the proper direction first, because you never know if there'll be stuff here. Screw your camera. Screw your camera. Oh, come on. Stop spawning these explosive guys directly on me. No, there's a angry chair that refuses to be hit, it would appear. Alright then. Dr. Darling's office. Let me just grab some health real fast, and then we will go on in here. Alright, what do we have? It's one of those perpetual motion things.
Questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And what's the deal with the Hedron resonance anyway? Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
Okay, so official stance on the HRAs. Resonance theory. Resonance, it's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Blank opened the door to a blank I've called blank. The blank emits a force that is far beyond the forces we previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? AWEs, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common blank that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Alrighty. Budget request. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been the squeaky wheel, all fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration, Dr. Abraham Lewis. Some nice brown nosing going on here. Gotta respect it. What is that? That, like, pounding. Sounds like somebody banging on a wall. The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by Jungian archetypes in the collective subconscious would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the blank and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through the objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's wearing boots and running through a hallway or something. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the blank, an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I am allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between those objects of power, the blank, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very blank of objects, such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the blank, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the blank? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by the blank is a natural fact and not something more blanked? Who knows? It's a valid question. Alright, thanks, Dr. Casper. Didn't actually learn a whole lot there, but does not hurt. Shouting at me for bringing a gun in here, I guess. Fire break.
Dimensional research.
Ashtray maze. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright, I keep getting redirected. Oh, and I am back at the entrance. Alright, I don't think I'm supposed to go through here yet then. Would be my guess. Alright, Jesse. Interesting fire break here. I'm guessing this is like a... I don't know, it looks almost like an airlock. That's the vibe it gives off at the very least. I have no clue what a fire break actually is. Well, actually, aren't fire breaks like the things that firefighters use when they're fighting forest fires? They, like, will burn some land so as to prevent more from burning. Fight fire with fire, so to speak. I think that's what a fire break is. I could be completely wrong, but... Emergency call summary. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeality via a phone line. Event is notably similar to AW blank in which blank. Event is believed to have been caused by blank blank, and as a result, the following measures have been taken to prevent all of that. Wow. Gotta love these overly redacted documents. They're very helpful in knowing what's going on here. We got ourselves a sniper, it looks like. Ow, and they really hurt. Why are my bullets going through these people? Okay, taking out these folks. Let's fill up on health. Whoa, big group just spawned in all of a sudden, okay. I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of them just being able to kind of spawn anywhere. It is a tidge dangerous, that is for sure, because 1 second you think you're safe, and then you've got 10 people on your back. Alright, senior agent, that ID number. Alright, let's light this guy up. There we go. Senior agent dead. Did the hiss move out of the way? They didn't actually. Oh wait. Oh, this is new, so you can like break the hiss. Oh, there's another one. Oh, parapsychology. Okay. We will check that out in one moment then. I also cranked up the brightness just a tiny bit because it was really dark. To the point it was almost impossible to see stuff. So just a tiny little bit so that way we can see what's actually going on around us. Alright, what do we got in this shelter? We have a box. I always love myself some goodies. And no documents. Okay. Any documents underneath? Alright, what do we have? Dr. Darling's office. Okay, so cafeteria is over that way. That's the only new thing. I'm trying to figure out what's the best direction to go. Oh wait, isn't this one of those poison areas? I don't think it's a good idea to go down there right this second. Oh, it's spreading. They were like trying to stop it, it looks like. Threshold utility. Thresholds have always been sources of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house by blank, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau, but we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold effects based on their utilitarian possibilities. The quarry brought black rock, one of our most invaluable discoveries, but if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find due to the lengths we must go to in fighting back the particularly prolific plant. These are very distinct cases and worth comparing as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. Oh, so is this mold? Ooh. Some weird looking mold, but I guess now we know what it's called. That is the mold. Okay. Any documents lying around? What's that there? Oh, just a newspaper. Okay. For who among us has touched the foundations of this world and deemed them solid? Fair question. I would not know. I just wanted to see if that would, oh, there we go. That's what I was going for, breaking this, so that way I don't have to check each individual stall. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything in this bathroom. And what are we looking at in here? Anything in the gents? Oh, there is a box in here. Very nice. Not really what I was after. I was hoping for a document, but I guess it would be a little weird to have research documents inside of a toilet. Avoid modern technology. Synchronicity Research Department. Do as you're told, don't eat mold. Even the smallest amount of mold can cause serious harm. Contact security immediately. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. Can't find your office, watch your step. Rangers from Security Department. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Don't take office equipment outside of the building. Don't let mold hit your ride. Perform daily body checks for foreign plant matter. Let's work hard. His life is in your hand. Everyone's safety depends on you. Reassuring stuff all around. Alright. Hi Carla, does it strike you as odd that Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his? I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have lines or anything. Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab. Plus, it's always great to work with you. Oh yeah, I finished the comparative analysis of the 2 black rock samples you sent, the prism or whatever you called it. I filed them in the usual place, under C for Carla. A handy mnemonic device, right? Ha! Anyway, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Maybe we could chat about it over some drinks, or dinner even. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go together after work sometime? I'm free tomorrow. All the very best, Hubert. Ooh, Hubert is shooting his shot. Now here's the real question. Did it work out for Hubert? Okay, so there was a big hole with mold in it, which we're not going to check out right now because that looks like death. But what is down here, I wonder? I did not see what that just said I picked up. Multimedia, it was something. I'm not sure. Song questionnaire. Auditory experience 84C, Poets of the Fall, My Dark Disquiet. Answer questions within 2 minutes of listening. Did the song elicit any particular memories? If so, elaborate. Did you at any point feel a strong emotion? Go ahead and read this yourselves. Pause if you'd like. It looks like they're just trying to figure out if this poem does anything to anybody. Sorry, I just want to keep it moving, and reading about a poem doesn't seem like my top priority. Anything in here? Oh my god. This would be quite the sound room. Talk about how to explode your eardrums in one go. Not a labeled area. Okay, so it must just be some sort of audio lab. Hey man, you doing okay? You flopping about a little bit? Don't worry, we'll get the Viscera cleanup detail in here to take care of you before you know it. That's a fun game. Maybe I'll play it on the channel sometime. Alright. So it's blocking me off from that way.
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
See, the really cool thing about, like, these altered landscapes is I'm getting through here. I'm going through these altered landscapes, whatever, minding my business. I'm just walking through them, trying to get wherever I'm going, which is completely fine. But as I clear them out when I cleanse a control point, it will then, next time I go through, allow me to re-explore that area and see if I missed anything. Which, I mean, is a great way to just get you to revisit areas in a game that normally you would only visit once and then never go back to. this guy. I really wish there was a way to turn off every time I get a kill, I get a tally on an achievement. Like I've killed 200 out of 1,000 people for an achievement right now, which, I mean, sure, that's great, but I don't need a status update every single kill. Give me like big thresholds, like maybe every 50. Ow. Well, I managed to catch a rocket and still got blown up somehow. I don't know what happened there. Okay, the hiss is still on this door, which means that there's still somebody around. Unless there's some of those things I need to break again. Or there's somebody standing right next to me. Emergency call supplement. 911, what is your emergency? Hello? Hello? I'm here. Can you hear me? I can hear you, ma'am. Where are you? I'm, inside the wires. I'm lost. Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? I feel like I'm stretching through the wire towards you. Don't hang up. I might go if you hang up. Go where, ma'am? Go. Gone. Away. Okay, and can you describe your surroundings? There's an unknown noise. Ma'am? Hello? Ma'am? Dispatcher attempted to call the number back, but it was no longer in service. Stretching out the wires, huh? Sounds uncomfortable. Alright. Into the astral exhibition.
Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid, the board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Alright, very vague there, Dr. Darling, but I suppose that's kind of your job to be vague. Astral Exhibition. The Astral Exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sounds of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. We could have done a better job with it, but Blank was being stingy with the budget. However, once we discovered the blanks, we decided to repurpose the space. Similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-being of their animals, we hope to observe the blank's behavior in an environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in with it, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Addendum. New naming conventions have established for the astral entity now known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms in this report have been redacted. Okay. So they captured something called an astral spike and it eats anything that gets up in its face. Very nice. What are we watching? Is there like something in the corner there? I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. Is anything actually happening here or is it just a loop? I think it's just a loop. Okay.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions, apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but When one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Okay, I just got a new executive order, but I'm in the middle of something, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. Oh, it's one of those things.
I believe they keep that thing here.
Gosh, that is a truly lovely sound. Okay, let's try not to die going in here. No promises, but we will do our best. Where does this battery go? What does this actually do? Oh, am I trying to contain it? I think that's what I'm doing here. Okay, come at me, bud. Okay, let's let it get away a little bit. Or actually, it looks like it might just be hanging out right here in the corner. So let us try locking it in here. Oh, well, that was a bad idea. It was already out by the time I got there. Ah, man. So you can't close it via that door. That's just if you accidentally lock yourself in. What does this one do? That closes this door. How do I'm curious how I would actually go about locking this thing in. Oh, you can make it inert temporarily by shooting it, I see. Okay, well in that case, let's just get it in here real fast. Ow. Wait, it kept moving. I had shot it, why did it keep moving? Game just randomly said, screw you. Yeah, you shot it, but we're gonna keep on moving anyways. Okay then. I am all turned around. Where the heck am I? Okay, we are back here at the control point. I don't have to recollect everything, do I? No, we're good. Okay. I'm a little confused how you're supposed to do this puzzle. I'm guessing put both of the batteries in, which it looks like they're already in this time actually. Oh, see, like that time it just instantly recovered. That's weird. Why does it sometimes recover quickly, sometimes it recovers slowly? Come on, let's get this. There we go. And that opened up that door, okay.
What are you doing with that thing?
I mean, they literally explained they were...
Backup down here.
Hello?
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit. We're so close. We need to hurry.
Okay, what the heck is that thing? Hiss clusters heal other enemies. Destroy them to make the fight easier. Gotcha. So prioritize this thing. If you don't want to be constantly refighting the same people, that is. Let's take out this guy up high. No sniping while in the fight. as I'm sitting up here sniping, essentially. Wow, I almost just got domed. No, both of those rockets missed. That is unfortunate. Maybe shoot some more at me, friends? If you're feeling kindly. I wouldn't say no. There we go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Why did you pick up a rock and not the rocket? Oh my gosh, they keep dodging launch projectiles. It's kind of annoying, actually. I guess I have to wait for them to stop moving because they're cha-cha sliding right out of the way. Okay, I really need some health. I took a little bit of a beating. Recording chair procedures. Before using the recording devices, please ensure the following safety measures are met. Ensure the volunteer is securely fastened in their chair. Ensure the hood is placed over the volunteer's head. This will prevent the volunteer from taking in visual stimuli during the record process, which can lower the quality of captured footage. This also prevents recording technicians from viewing the volunteer's face, which undergoes muscle spasms during recording that some consider upsetting. Check if the volunteer is comfortable. Activate the recording apparatus. After recording is complete, check volunteer cognitive ability using the provided questionnaire. Reminder, do not be alarmed if the length of recorded footage exceeds the volunteer's period of unconsciousness. Astral dilation is a known issue. If any problems arise during this process, contact your supervisor. Alright. Let us go ahead. Well, I didn't mean to do it like that, but there you go. I accidentally just knocked that guy off of his chair, and that apparently killed him. Very nice. Professional gamers here. Hypnosis lab. Oh, that sounds kind of interesting. What is that one? The extrasensory lab. You just shot that rocket through, like, the wall. I am calling baloney. Okay, they're not quite all dead yet. Man, they just keep on coming. It really extends these fights, and not necessarily in a good way. Oh, there's a box up there. I will check that out on the ladder in a moment. Let me just take out all these guys. Yeah, keep shooting grenades at me. It's working out quite well for you, buddy. Alright, I think these are the last two enemies we have right here. Last guy, and then here's the control point. So let's go ahead and we will cleanse this. Alright, fantastic. I think this actually leads straight back.
All agents are ordered to converge here.
Oh yeah, so this is where we entered the parapsychology department.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on, I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
She's got that right.
Alright, I'm gonna hold off on getting on the elevator real quick.
More of you? Really?
See, even the game is calling itself out, saying there's more enemies. Well, I was gonna say I want to go and check out the extrasensory lab and the hypnosis lab. Oh my god. Oh, okay, that's a wall behind me. I thought that was one of the explosive guys. I saw red and I got spooked. Okay, is that everyone? We got a big old brain. We got a chopped up brain even. A captive audience. Astronauts information. Okay, this report serves as an introductory guide to the astronaut program, including candidate requirements, training practices, and astral research procedures. Astronauts are chosen individuals who explore and document the astral plane by making physical contact with the X-ray light box in the hypnosis lab, a section of the parapsychology division. Physical and psychological training is vital for the repeated transition between planes known as dives. After each dive, astronauts must undergo a blank session in the cognitive recording chairs to record their experience in the plane. Gathered data has conclusively proven that blank within the astral plane vary widely between astronauts. I'm guessing that's experiences. On rare occasions, these dives can result in losses, often occurring when teams encounter aggressive astral entities. Astral plane is spooky, is what they are saying. Groupthink. This study extends the works of Irving Janis, Robert Barron, and others by proposing strong causal links between groupthink and the passive or active use of telepathy. To prove these connections, the parapsychology department carried out variations of Solomon Asch's original conformity experiments using a telepathic individual as the subject. Extensive qualitative and quantitative data resulting from these experiments was then used to identify telepathic interference within the group. Further empirical findings suggest measures can be taken to safeguard against telepathic influence on behaviors by engaging in blank. Rather boldly, this paper stands to revolutionize decades of groupthink theory and provide new directions for further experimentation on the mind, including manipulation of blank and blank. Alrighty. So I saw this box over here. I want to grab this real fast. And then I want to see what's in these two departments. Can I climb this? Okay, I don't think that's how that was supposed to work, but you know what? I am up here, so we are all set. Okay, let's check out the extrasensory lab first, just because it's right here. Extrasensory lab. Sensory tank purpose. Darling here, some of you are curious why I had these sensory deprivation tanks installed. I thought I'd shed some light on the subject. Maybe some of you have heard of a Dr. Yoshimi Tokui, the man behind the hugely popular guided imagery experience tapes. Apparently, his tapes go beyond the normal meditative qualities of such things, but create genuine hallucinatory visions in some listeners, or so the reports say. We brought these tanks in to test Dr. Takui's tapes for ourselves. Plus, there may be some stress-relieving uses for the staff down the road. I think we could all benefit from some time in a dark and closed space, don't you? If you have any more questions, feel free to stop by my office. You know where it is. Okay, so we've got sensory deprivation tanks going on. Dr. Yoshimi Takui, a Japanese citizen residing in Tokyo, has produced a series of guided imagery experience audio recordings that have gained notable popularity around the globe. Due to his unusually swift rise in fame, along with reports of vivid blank accompanying the use of his tapes, investigation sector staff were asked to look into Dr. Takui's background. We found no past incident with an altered occurrence, nor any evidence of involvement with an altered organization. However, agents at attending a signing event reported blank when hearing Dr. Takui speak. We recommend that the research team obtain an audio recording of Dr. Takui's voice and perform any and all relevant analyses. Based on the findings, the investigation sector will determine next steps regarding Dr. Takui, as well as his eligibility for the Prime Candidate program. So they were trying to make him into a director. Alright, let's check the sensory deprivation lab here. I saw a audio recorder, so... Oh, well, I thought I was going to turn that on, but I guess that is just a background item. Let's get up here. Alright, is there actually anything in here of import besides that box? I'm not seeing anything. How do I get into that room? Sometimes the dimensions of rooms don't really make sense in this place, but it is the oldest house, so I don't think stuff really needs to make sense. That's kind of the whole premise behind everything going on here. Alright. Hypnosis lab.
I see
Okay.
it. Another object of power? They're just standing there, mesmerized by it.
Alright, so we've got some hiss here. Are they hiss or actual people? Are they wearing... They're not wearing HRAs and their faces are messed up, so they're hiss, but they're hypnotized by this thing. How do I get in there? Can I just break the glass? Oh. Well, I can't break the glass, but I can kill these people. Let's take them out so as to prevent us having to maybe fight them later. I say maybe. I have no clue if I would have had to actually fight them or not. What do we got going on here? Another one of these little clicky things. Control unit locked. What does that mean? Do I need to make like that box up there? Is that it? Oh wait, no. Okay, there we go. I needed the outlines that this one had also. Alright, did that open up this door? It sure did.
Please state your name for the record. Paul Warren, Astronaut First Class. And you are aware that exposure to the astral plane can result in death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia?
Yeah. I am.
And you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka the X-ray light box, is purely voluntary?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Your suit is good?
Yeah.
Okay, you're all set. Open the door for Mr. Warren, please.
Okay, that guy sounded very bored going through all of those steps. Gosh, that is blinding every single time. Use Seize to complete the astral plane challenge. Okay, what is Seize? Golden copy NPC variation. Gold enemies are immune to Jesse's attack. Yes, I am aware of this. Enemies at low health can be seized. Okay. Ah, I see. So... how many people can I have seized at a time is the question. Looks like at least 2. Now I just need them to slowly, and I mean slowly, hunt down this golden guy. They are not dealing a whole lot of damage, which means this might take a minute or 2. Hey, get distracted by me, bucko. Okay, this is taking a minute. I need more people to seize control of. Well, we're already halfway towards an achievement, because we're seizing so many of these guys. I was hoping to, like, disorient that guy enough to allow my guys an extra chance to beat him up, but no such luck. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I lost a bunch of my monies. Alright, let's give that another shot. Oh man, I have to redo it. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the end of this fight because I don't know how long this is gonna take me. I will be right back, everybody. Alright, I managed to defeat the Golden Boy. Let us get out of here. Alright, so I now have C's. I can take control of the Hiss. Alright, well, let's go and meet Marshall. I wish there was like a more consistent, like, quicker run rather than just spamming this dash thing. Or like I could jump higher, just so I could have skipped like some of the running there. I don't know, maybe I'll get something along those lines eventually.
Trench said his team knows all the Bureau's secrets, Marshall especially. Does she know what happened to Dylan?
Pain elevators. Always what you want to hear in regards to your elevators.
Marshall is right down the hall.
Alright, Marshall can wait just a minute while I check the bathrooms. Some of the most important stuff can be in the bathrooms. Rubber duck supplement. Discovered in the home of Agent Blank after his young daughter complained of being followed by her rubber duck. According to Agent Blank, the matter was ignored, believed to be the result of a child's imagination, until he began to hear the quacking at night. After discovering the item hiding in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the Bureau for study. It was discovered that Agent Blank was bringing known natural materials into his home, illegally taking them outside the oldest house. How this may have affected the creation of an altered item is being investigated. Agent Blank has been terminated. Okay, when you say terminated, do you mean like fired terminated, or like he was terminated?
Marshall is waiting for you in the Luck Lab, just down the hall.
In the Luck Lab, okay. I think that's where I was earlier, so I'm like up above. Yeah, that's where I entered from, so I went up in that elevator. I thought I was going down for some reason. Let's claim this control point real fast. Luck and probability. It's actually at a higher clearance level than I am. It's clearance level 4.
There you are. I was starting to worry.
Starting to worry about what? I'm doing great. I don't have clearance level 5, so... There's a horseshoe here. Down makes red arrows, up makes green arrows. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Congratulations on your appointment, Director Phaeton. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Talking to dead
Here's the
people is
situation.
normal.
Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss. Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the door behind you. Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
What'd she give me? She said this'll help you get through the lab, and then she didn't say what she gave me. I something green over there, which means there's an ally. I was wondering if they were shooting at me, that's why I was looking over there. Is there like a friendly? Are there rangers in here, I'm guessing, actually? Now that I think about it.
Rangers over there.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's get this... What did they say these things were called? His conduits? Ritual division. Oh gosh, these... Wow, that thing heals them really fast. Okay. That thing heals them real fast, but it's dead now, so I should be good to take out these folks. I should start seizing some of them now that I think about it. Might as well since I have the power now. Just get more bullets going down towards the enemies rather than towards me. Well, that wasn't very nice. He tried to shoot me at point blank range with a rocket. Alright, I think this is the last of them. Seems like that's all of them. Is there a control point here? What's going on? Oh, whoa! Where did these guys come from? Rip that ranger. Sorry, I was trying to help, but explosive guys kinda sucky. Okay, I think that is the last of them, so let's claim this control point. Parakinesiology Chief Lewis. Ow, oh god. Okay, that really hurt. I need health. And he's kind of in between me and all of the health. Alright, let's recharge. So this guy can rebuild his shield, it would appear. Okay, where are they at? Let's take over this guy, seize him. And the baddie is right behind us, so let's knock out his shield, light him up. Okay, there we go. Big bad is dead. Now it's just these smaller guys. I can handle the smaller guys. Especially if I get some help from said smaller guys. Okay. Now I can try and go ahead and claim this control point. Gosh, I love this effect so much. It's really cool watching everything like unwarp back the way it's supposed to be. Ritual office, protective studies, synchronicity lab. Oh gosh, there's a whole bunch of new stuff to check out. This is the direction we came from. Did anything get cleared up over here? Does not look like it, so I can clear off this direction as a way to go. In which case we have the synchronicity lab, that way to Central Research, I guess, is still blocked up. Ritual Office or the Protective Studies. Let's do this shelter real quick. We'll just knock it out because we know these typically don't have a lot in them. Okay. Threshold Kids Proposal. Oh god, that's the show that's like nightmare fuel. With the recent arrival of the Blank, there are certain glaring gaps in the Bureau's ability to educate and raise a young Blank. There are no other Blanks for Blanks to play with, and Blank is expected to learn about a frightening new concepts. Blank will require a slow, Blank-friendly introduction to paranatural topics. With this in mind, allow me to introduce The Threshold Kids, a television show in which a cast of cheerful puppets explains the dangers of living at the Bureau, but also show the fun side of the paranatural. Budget would be minimal. I took a few puppet-making courses at my local community center. We can have research staff build the sets, record the footage, and even do the voices. It will be good for morale, and I guarantee Blank will respond positively to these videos. We can't expect a Blank to enjoy lectures on people in lab coats, but as television has proven for years, Blank love puppets. So I'm guessing children was what a lot of those redacted sections were. So they made Threshold Kids to explain all of this wild stuff that happens here to children, which makes sense, but at the same time it's also like, my goodness, it truly is nightmare fuel stuff. Mirror testing. Federal Bureau of Control Synchronicity Lab. Is there actually anything like collectible in here? Why has that one got like armor on? Okay, what do we got up here? Whole lot of nothing. Okay, very good. Oh, there's a control point up ahead. Whole lot more of nothing. As a test, television sets were placed in a variety of locations around the world inside rooms identically decorated. The hypothesis was that by identically altering the decor of every room and then changing the channel in every room but one, that the single differing television would spontaneously align the incoming frequency to match its synchronized counterparts. The experiment seemed like a failure until it was observed that the agents responsible for arranging and monitoring these rooms were all experiencing the same emotional turmoil as one clinically depressed member of the team, himself being located in the eastern part of Blank. Psychological examination of the agents proved the correlation. Interestingly, the phenomenon of synchronicity did occur, but not in the way we predicted. Okay, so different parts of the world. If you do the same thing... Oh, clearance level 6. Yeah, that's not happening. I have clearance level 3. Altered item inside. Access restricted to research personnel. Alright, well, we will have to check that out at a later time then. Because I do not have access for that. Even though I am the director. I know they've got bigger things going on, but you think somebody could, like, bump me up to director level access real fast? But what would I know about that? I'm just the director, you know. A ritual division is down here. Sure, let's go down. Hopefully this isn't the way we're supposed to go. Oh wait, no, it says protective studies up in the top left, so this is the optional area then. I always like to go optional paths first because this is how you get extra stuff. Thank you for the file, it was very helpful. I've re-archived it with the BlackRock research in case you need to refer to them again. Yes, the video shoots are always interesting. I expect my availability for those to decrease in the future, however, as my analysis of this newly discovered BlackRock variant is reaching a critical point. I hope you'll be able to attend them still. Darling seems to be under a lot of pressure lately, and I'm sure you would appreciate any support you can provide. Regarding the analysis you provided, I do not have any question. Thank you for the expeditious delivery. Regards, Research Specialist Dr. Carla Vaughn, Federal Bureau of Control. Is that the Carla that the one guy was hitting on? The note that we read in the cafeteria? Okay, what do we got in here? Rituals. Obsessive compulsive disorder, hoarding, anxiety disorders. While certain manifestations of these conditions are simply the result of mental illness, sometimes the individuals are simply performing blank called rituals. The blank of rituals can vary. Numerology, dream logic, forfeiture, verbal formulae, repetitive action, and causal tethering are just some of the procedures involved. Some rituals are consistent, such as pulling the light switch cord 3 times to enter the motel, but some are erratic. While most people engage in minor rituals every day, the vast majority do not understand the importance behind their actions. Avoiding disaster, amassing luck, or simply locating lost keys are all the results of daily rituals. Individuals who recognize a deeper meaning behind these compulsive actions are inherently aware of the paranatural world and, when located, should be considered for employment at the Bureau. Okay, so if you can make a connection between the rituals you do in your daily life and something bigger, then that's how you kind of get hired here. Alright, well, all that is left is protective studies then. I don't know why Marshall and her rangers didn't move in when I secured the area. Any collectibles? Oh hey, there's that duck they were talking about earlier.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock. No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner.
That's a loud Bunsen burner.
No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14.
They really have the mic, like, right up on all this stuff.
No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack if you can understand my words. No response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
Wow, who would have thunk that the duck wouldn't respond? Okay, doesn't look like there's anything else, so I guess we can just head down this way.
This way to the lab? Okay.
I would assume so.
It was like these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet.
Okay, so it's
Assuming
another one of
he's
these
not
puzzles.
Dead. Or taken over by a hiss.
Alright, we've got another one of these puzzles. I saw this door with stuff in front of it. I would assume that the code would be through here. Or it's a big maintenance room. Is there anything of actual import in here? Just a box. Okay, in that case, we will just continue on. Maybe I have to interact with the terminal first. Let's try that before. Oh, literally the code is right there. Okay. We want that one. Oh, I see. Is that not correct? Oh wait, we need... There we go.
You let
The
me
HRA
in.
lab.
Any idea how to make it work?
Well, it would appear it wants us to press that, but we're gonna look around for a minute real fast. Blackrock prisms are unique formations of Blackrock, distinct in both their shape and potency. While the density of Blackrock dampens paranatural forces, the unique blank structure of prisms retain frequencies in the range of blank kilohertz to blank kilohertz with perfect harmonization. This report analyzes the results of focusing a blank through a harmonized prism onto a blank. Methods for the imprinting of non-physical fields onto blank, imbuing them with the properties of the harmonized resonance blank in the prism, will be explored and explained. And literally everything is redacted. And like, on the one hand, I know it's information that they're trying to keep from us, but also it always raises the question, like, is it actually just the developers not wanting to have to create a full story? They're like, yeah, we'll write like half of a report, and then the bits that we don't want to explain, we'll just get rid of. Configurations. Can we affect this? Okay, so this is good to know. So it's either a like umbrella logo in the top right and right, or everything but the bottom with the diamond on the bottom half there. Oh, it was literally right there. Wait, this is different. I don't know. Well, let's interact with this and see what it wants us to do.
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So let's try to get all of the punch cards if we can. Any punch cards up here? There is one up here. Okay. So what was this one? Umbrella and those two, and then that. I might just go ahead and cut back to when I've solved all of this, because this might take a little bit. So I will be right back. Alright everyone, I managed to figure it out. Oh my gosh, that took a hot minute to figure out. Because you use the whiteboards as like hints to figure it all out, but I don't know, it still came down to a lot of trial and error, but I think I finally got it. Alright, yeah. Oh, thank God that is over. That was not fun, to say the least. I didn't come here to solve puzzles, I came here to shoot stuff and learn secrets. What just happened?
Darling's prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan. We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab down in the Blackrock processing site in maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way.
But how long will that take? Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go.
I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it, I'm the only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately. And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. taking the protection Hedron can provide us and keeping us from being wiped out.
What on earth is going on here?
Here, this will lead back to Central Research.
Ah, just gave it a nice little tap and it opened up. I don't know why we couldn't talk to Marshall. I swear she could give us 10 minutes to explain what happened to our brother and then move on, but that would make things too easy, right? Oh well, at least we have cleaned up this area for the time being. And next time, it looks like we'll be going to the Black Rock Quarry, I think they said it was called, or Quarry, I don't know exactly what it's called. Man, they already got these, wow, look at that low-res photo, there we go. These photos of me up so fast, very, very quickly. But anyways, I think that is a great place to stop. We managed to clear out all of the research. Oh, sorry, I won't talk over you.
It would explain the hair loss.
Think about it. The precision that would require is unthinkable.
Okay, anyways, as I was saying, we got a lot done in this episode, so we're going to go ahead and round it up here. Next time we will be going down into the Black Rock Quarry, and we will figure out what secrets they have down there. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time for some more Control. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.